when God is rebirthing something, let's look at what those things are again. Number one, he brings structure and stability. So a lot of people will come into this church dry bones. But he's going to first bring structure and stability. Number two, he's going to give them strength, substance, and sustainability. He's going to give them the strength or the faith to push on. Substance, meaning they were dry bones. They need to keep growing. They need something of substance. He needs to feed them substance. So when dry bones start walking through these doors, they're going to need substance and something to sustain them. Something to sustain their walk. So they don't get saved today and backslide back into the pits of hell tomorrow. They need sustainability. They walk in through these doors probably 1 foot in the grave. It could be something, some sort of disease or something. Who knows what it has? Maybe it's a mental disease. They need sustainability now. When they come through the door, they need a defibrillator and they need to breathe and be sustained now, or shortly they will die. That's what they're going to need. Then they're going to need protective covering. They're going to need that skin. They're going to need you to cover them. To cover their wounds, to cover their areas, to cover them. They need protective covering. Then they're going to need both natural and spiritual life. They need to be spoken to from the human component. They need to be spoken to from the spiritual component. We can't just be quoting verses all day and all night. That's just spiritual component. They need the other factor, the human component, right? So that's what they need. Then they will live life to the fullness when they have all of these things. Everything will be intact, and once all of those things are intact and they're covered, there's structure, there's order, they're inside of them, then they can come into communion with God. That's when he says, and then you will know that I am God. So think about what he's saying when he's saying that. He said, you dry bones, when you come back together, and when you read the rest of that chapter, he tells them that you will walk and go back into Israel. I'm going to make you get up, and you're going to go back to your own grave. I'm going to open it up. You're going to walk to your own grave. And then you will know that I am God. Right? So when God takes a mess, and they walk through the door, and then he brings them structure, stability, covering. He gets them all of these things, and then things begin to change in their lives, mentally, financially, spiritually, and those things begin to come together. Then they will know that he is God. Then they will know that God is here. You understand what I'm telling you? When those things happen, when they came in as dry bones, and over time, then they will know that God is here. Then they will know that God has come over their lives. So make sure that you have those things down, because those are the people that we're called to minister to.